second cardio session, nice brisk walk. I'm still fasted for this one because it's weekend and it's only 9 a.m. I'm not going to eat this early. I don't care how much cardio I've done. It's just too early in the day for me. But probably stripping through a lot of body fat means I can really carb load like crazy later to be ready for tomorrow's workout. That's the idea. Quick reminder for those who come in here, please sure you like and you comment under the video after it's done if you're coming in after the fact. The last one got pretty good views for midstream, so we'll see how it does on the trickle down later. So hopefully we get a similar or better here. Later in the morning now, so it's more likely to have people. Reminder though, I have coaching slots open. 3 coaching slots, hit me up. Same thing for non-client consultations. I do 1-hour calls, cover anything you need to cover. I'll help you write out a program, map out your training, look at your form if you have videos of your lifting. I help guys with their gear advice, all of that stuff. But for these streams, yeah guys, we're gonna be streaming a lot on all of the platforms because I'm doing 2 hours or more of list cardio a day. And I might as well stream for all of it, talk to you lovely people, because it helps my outreach, helps my subscribers, and I get paid for it. So always multitask. Used to be pretty big on doing 5x10s. What made you stop? It's just, it doesn't work out well. What do you mean? I make serious gains even now. When I was even doing some of the 5x10s, mortal, I was also pushing my body weight way up. So let's not pretend that wasn't a factor. Right? So just a context there. You know, keep in mind when you saw that 600 squat and that 635 deadlift, I wasn't just on testosterone. Like I wouldn't even do some of the stuff I was doing again now. I was doing A-bombs and stuff. So I'm getting too old for that. Right, I was running Deca and Anadrol was my stack while doing the vertical diet. Yeah, I got up to 245 and then had sleep apnea, and I'm like, this is going to kill me. I'm done. I'm not doing this. Health, I can't do this. Health matters. So, you know, health matters. Much rather be much leaner. But no, the 5x10s it's largely junk volume on a lot of stuff. Right? A lot of junk volume if you're not careful. Your legs were super thick, they were monstrous. Yeah, they're pretty big now though. Are you consuming calcium D3 needed? I eat dairy. So you shouldn't need to supplement most of these things. D3, if you're not getting the sunlight, I totally get it. But as far as supplementing calcium, there's no evidence it helps you. One, number two, we should all be consuming dairy. I am one of the most pro-dairy human beings on the face of the earth who doesn't work for the dairy industry. Why are you not consuming dairy? I don't care what your excuses are. I don't care if you're a vegan. You need to consume dairy. If you care about fitness and muscle, you will consume dairy. It doesn't have to be milk, it can be Greek yogurt. But if you're not consuming it, I'm just going to be frank. If you are not consuming dairy, don't tell me that you care about gaining muscle or performance, because I think you're lying. You are lying. You're full of shit. Period. Full stop. You will never convince me you're actually serious, given what we know for dairy and athletes. So that being said, if you're consuming dairy, right? If you were consuming dairy, why would you need to supplement calcium? What dairy products in particular? I don't care. Just not butter. I mean, butter is, I wouldn't count butter as dairy because it doesn't have any of the benefits of dairy. All the stuff we want from dairy has been removed. Milk. So let's go down the road. Milk, Greek yogurt, there's your top ones. So that's what I mean by dairy. Obviously not butter or cream, because why do we consume dairy? The insanely high quality protein, the calcium, magnesium, potassium content, the B12 content. Okay? Those are absurdly amazing in dairy. All of those have been stripped out of butter and cream. None of it's left, right? So obviously we do mean more whole dairy. I mean, to some extent, cheese, if you can handle the fat load in your diet. But generally, I'm talking about milk. I'm talking about Greek yogurts, maybe a kefir. You know, that's actually pretty solid. It's just less popular in the U.S., so less available at a good price. But definitely milk, Greek yogurt. I do Greek yogurt every day. It's something I consume every day. At least enough to reach my calcium needs, you know, for me personally. I don't think of cottage cheese. I would say yes. I don't ever think of cottage cheese because I can't eat it without gagging. I've tried. It's just nasty. But if you enjoy cottage cheese, sure. How's that for a fair answer? I just didn't mention it and didn't think about it because it's not palatable for me. Do you eat ham? Not really. I'm not a big pork fan, guys. I'm just not, and I've never liked ham. Ham has always been blah. And why are we consuming lunch meats? Why are we consuming processed meats with all those nitrates? We should be eating healthy whole foods. Go look at the ingredients in the ham and come back and tell me that's something you think you should be eating regularly. I don't play video games at all these days, Home Skillet. Did you ever play Call of Duty, whichever? Wow. Can't get meat source from chicken anyway, so I can get, yeah, exactly. No, I've never been a FPS gamer. Time sink. Hit that like button, by the way. Got 6 people asking questions. We only got 2 likes. Hit that like button up for Daddy. Come on. Hit that like button. You know you want to hit it. All right? Get them likes up. That's what gets the view count up. I need this one to pass what the last stream did. So let's get it rolling, guys. Hit that view button. Hit that like button. Come on now. I'm going to say it until you guys continue to hit that button for me. Let's get those likes up. Come on now. Hit the like button. Now people are dropping out of the stream because all I'm saying is hit the like button. But I'm going to keep saying it till we see some likes. There we go. Hit that like button. There was one. Get a few more likes. Come on now. Hit that like button for Daddy. All that for 1 like. Man, I love you guys, but y'all fucking suck. All right. I get most meat source from chicken anyway. All right. Yeah, fair. I mean, it's where I do most of mine. It's just convenient. It's inexpensive. It's lean. It's easy to make taste good. Right? Super easy. Like, it's just super easy. Till some crazy vegan comes in, you're eating tortured chickens. I'd be like, I'll eat you. That'd be my response to vegans. I'm like, I would eat vegans if it was legal. What are you talking about? If y'all really loved animals as much as you claim you do, you would allow yourselves to be used as meat in place of those animals. That's when you know you're a true vegan. Right? That's all I'm saying. Sorry, I gotta clown people on their crazy fad diet. See, the vegans and carnivores are insane. And I'm gonna make fun of both groups in depth. I'm just gonna clown both of them because they need to be clowned. Humans are whole food omnivores who thrive on mostly cooked foods. This is not even subject to debate anymore. What's up, Coach? Are you in a jungle? We don't have jungles in Texas. I am in the little creek bed area by the swimming pool in my neighborhood, right? Just because I thought I'd walk back in here for a bit. It's a nice little area. But I got a good screen filter on now. So good morning. Got a good screen filter on now so I can walk back out and see you guys talk while further in the sunlight now. All right. And let's get a few more likes, guys. That'll get more people in this stream. We'll keep it flowing. You guys look at me, I look at you. You look at me, I look at you. Right? Oh man, some people will know that reference. See if they figure it out. Geronimo says, hey, what's up? What's up, Chris? No, we're not in a jungle. Welcome to the jungle, baby. Oh man, people just dropped out. All these people dropped out of the stream. They didn't have enough. They're like, Coach going crazy on us. I love chicken and meat, but don't you still think that killing them for foods doesn't seem right? It's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with it. How do you like that answer? I mean, I'll be honest with you, evening. I would eat you if it gave better gains. Let's just be honest here, man. But human protein doesn't appear to be any more bioavailable than chicken or beef. All right, you should film this with a GoPro. How about I don't, because the GoPro is too hard to set up for a live stream on YouTube. So how about I just keep doing it with the iPhone? Coach is eating raw chicken for sure. No. Anyone who tells you to eat raw meat is a complete moron. Don't listen to them. No, there's no reason to eat raw. You're not an obligate carnivore, dude. Stop. You're going to get less diseases and better bioavailability. Humans are cooked food eaters. Like you are aware, most food that we eat, we have a higher bioavailability from cooking it. Right? I'm going to ask you that question. You are aware of this, right? Shark. You want to eat a bunch of raw fish, you talk about sushi. That's your business. I'm not going to eat a bunch of nasty ass raw fish. I mean, dude, do whatever you want though. No, Coach, I didn't know that. All right, this is basic nutrition, Geronimo. You guys you need to skill up a little bit here. Do some reading, do some research. Most of our foods, we have a much higher absorption rate of nutrients if it's cooked. Humans are cooked food eaters. Like it is, we are built for it. Our ancestors, before we became modern Homo sapien, were cooking food for 3 million years. We know that it allowed us to create the brain capacity we have. Does a carnivore turn our blood into butter? It is biologically impossible to turn your blood into butter. However, the carnivore diet will kill you. It will cause all sorts of gut biome issues. It will cause atherosclerosis. Make it hard for you to even gain muscle. So no, it won't turn your blood into butter. But it does seem to make people insane. Also on top of that, it's probably the carb deficiency getting so low that they're not getting enough blood sugar to their brain. So it does seem to make them crazy too. And dumb. You notice how weird they get on it? Like all the carnivore people, they have no logic. They have no ability for a reason. And I think it's due to the impact on the brain. And I'm not saying that to make fun. I'm not being mean. I'm not trolling. I'm actually 100% serious. I think that's a factor. I have not worn the vest in weeks. We have covered over and over and over why I'm not wearing the vest. Not being a dick, I just don't feel like explaining it again. I've already done it like 30 times, man. Isn't heart disease the biggest problem with the carnivore diet? Long term, yes. Short term, I'm going to argue possible muscle loss, cognitive function. Definitely more medium term is going to be gut biome extinction. So that's problematic. Long term, yes. The cardiovascular disease, mainly the atherosclerosis part. I mean, it'll reduce some other cardio risk factors, but the massively elevated LDL is a problem. The insulin resistance is also a problem. Notice how many carnivore dieters have really high fasting blood glucose. And then they justify it as, well, that's just normal on this type of diet. No, it's not normal. It's metabolic disease. You are not insulin insensitive. Congratulations. So when they come off the carnivore diet, because they're eventually going to have to, so here's the problem with that. So diabetes is actually a big long-term risk too, and here's why. The diet will make you insulin insensitive oftentimes, okay? The excessively high saturated fat intake will create insulin resistance. That's why they have high fasting blood glucose, including Dr. Sean Baker. His is high. When they're eventually forced for other health reasons to come off the diet, they're now insulin resistant. their odds of becoming type 2 diabetic skyrocket. Coach, is fishing and eating, cooking your cat? What? What are you talking about? Coach, no offense, but I just noticed you have a deviated septum from this angle. That's okay. I don't care. I do have a mildly deviated septum. Yes, I've said that before. Coach, what about people with irritable bowel syndrome? So let me ask you a question. Let's say you have irritable bowel syndrome. Why would you go on a diet that offers temporary short-term relief, but that creates worse gut problems from the gut biome extinction? Because you're not going to be able to stay on the carnivore forever. You're going to have to come off of it. Okay. So think about that for a minute. Why don't you simply follow the diets that we know help with IBS? Like, why would you go to something crazy like the carnivore diet? Why wouldn't you just do a low FODMAP diet and still eat fruits and vegetables every day? See what I mean? This is a problem. You think pork is... I'm not a big pork fan. What are you doing for Mother's Day, champ? Nothing. I am not dating anyone who's a mother right now. My mother died 20 years ago, so it's not a holiday I celebrate. What are we weighing in at? 222. I'm trimming down though. I got as high as I want. I was sitting at 220. I drifted up to 222. I'm big enough, guys. Time to strip some down to abs again. I wasn't trying to bulk either, by the way, but the scale did drift up a little. Why Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because we didn't know as much about protein absorption back then. Cooking eggs actually improves protein bioavailability. Coach, that's what Geronimo says. Does looking down at the chat strain your neck? No. Sleeping wrong strains my neck. I'm old. Do you like it? I liked to fish when I was younger. I haven't been fishing in 20 years. I don't know if it's been 20. Close to, I bet. I could be wrong. I might have gone here or there since then. Right. So I thought it's weird you're talking about, is it legal to eat your own fish in Texas? It's like, what a strange question. Next you're going to ask is it legal to carry guns in Texas? I'm wearing one right now. So, legally. So, yeah, I've never heard such a weird question. I can't get my head around that. I've never heard that before. Is that a thing anywhere? Like, is there places where you can't eat the fish that you catch? Like, is that a thing? I need to get back to the mass monster ammo loading area. No, I'm good, man. I'm already big. Guys, I don't think dudes realize because they haven't met me. I don't think they realize how big I am. I'm good, dude. Not saying I don't want to gain some more muscle, but I can get leaner. Is it okay to eat the fish that we catch? I don't know. I don't eat fish personally. I don't like it. Is the RDL better than Good Morning? Better in what way? Different tool. Both valuable, great exercises, slightly different tool depending on what you're doing. So I'm going to say RDL is a good exercise. The Good Morning is more versatile in its uses. Can we say one is better than the other? Probably not, no. I don't know what criteria you would base that around though. I missed the Emma post. What do you mean? I don't know who you mean. The client Emma didn't really post. She just we had her vlogs. I think you guys have weirdo. You guys don't know any of these clients. You don't talk with them in calls. You don't know anything about their personality. Y'all are weird. Really, I thought she was a hard-ass businesswoman. I don't know where you got sweet. No, she's a type A personality make money, do business. Like, so, and I think she's cool. I like her as a person. We're friends. But I wouldn't call her sweet. That's not her personality type. So again, you guys have weird ideas because you don't know any of these people. All right, fish oil helps cartilage and knee much better with less inflammation. Yeah, it can in theory if it brings inflammatory markers down. Is an example salmon a great source of high quality omega-3? Absolutely. Hello coach, do you think you will ever get abs or bicep peaks? I am cutting right now. I've had abs, you've seen me with abs before, but I'm cutting right now. What are you talking about? Chris, they're talking about my client Emma. She did like 70 vlogs. Former client, she's not lifting serious right now. She's been doing marathons. I coached her for years and years, her and her husband, Louis, before they separated. Like almost 6 years ago, I started coaching them. So that's who they're talking about, Chris. But we had her pretty strong. She was lean with a small waist, and we were doing sumos and conventionals, both at 315. She could crank out like 12 chin-ups. We're doing pretty good. Why don't you have abs year-round to prove a point? I don't understand your point, Cart, because I'm not always trying to do that. Like that's a lot of. The only reason to try to stay, unless you're just naturally lean, to try to have a six-pack year-round is for business purposes. You'd never. Let's get rid of this. All right. I think the kooky fans are obsessed with your female clients. They are. They're also obsessed with anyone I've ever had sex with, because it's like they've experienced my penis, and that's like they wish that they could. So the crazy trolls are the same way. You know, I mean, I get it. My penis is pretty awesome. All right, but let's go over to real topics like fitness and training. They're kooky fans. All right, well, some of them, I mean, I have crazies, but I mean, I have crazy stalkers and stuff too. But let's stay on a positive note, guys. This stream is not getting the views we was getting in the last one. Let's kick them up. Get those likes up. Come on. Chris, hit the like button. Card, hit the like button. So we can get a few more people in here before I have to wind this down. All right? Because I can't run it super long. I do need to eat breakfast. I'm well past an hour of fasted cardio today. And I'm not trying to lose muscle here. So let's just get rid of that. How do you make money? Well, I have a coaching business, an online coaching business, which I have coaching slots open. That's number one. And then I have multiple social media platforms. Jason, do you recommend people add whey protein to oatmeal and Greek yogurt for fat loss? It's optimal nutrition away. Yeah, I still have optimal nutrition. It's usually what I recommend. That's a good combo. I mean, not necessarily for fat loss, it's for muscle gain, fat loss, whatever. But yeah, oatmeal, Greek yogurt plus whey protein is a proven bodybuilding staple, right? Hacking Smith squats without Smith machine, no. Why are you even mentioning a Smith machine at all? Why don't you just squat in a rack like a normal human being who's actually serious about gains? Wife walked in, I had to tell her I'm in a live right now. Well, put her in, man. Put her over here. Let her listen in. I can give her advice too. Oh, Genius, what a weird question. You just asked a guy who has a fat-free mass index of like 28, who has broken untested, meaning you're allowed to use steroids, state records in 2 weight classes in powerlifting, why he never used steroids. Why don't you ask me why I've never lifted weights next? I've seen the old school hack and squats too much less weight. Cart, what are you talking about? Cart, get your lazy ass under a squat rack. I don't want to hear any excuses. Barbell, squat rack, plates, do it. This is not optional. Bojas, my fat-free mass index is above 25. You should not even have to question that. Let me state that again. You can look at my height, weight, estimate my body fat, and plug it in a fat-free mass index calculator. My fat-free mass index is over 25. Anybody who has a 25 or higher fat-free mass index who claims they are natural is a liar. Every single time, 100% chance they are a liar. You could bet your life on it. Okay, next. How much protein would someone have to consume per pound of body weight in a day for it to actually be unhealthy or dangerous? We don't know. We could argue that all day long. Chase. I've seen data even showing that ultra high intakes don't hurt kidneys in people who don't already have kidney disease. Right? I mean, we've seen studies on up to 400 grams without a problem. So I don't know. I mean, in theory, sure, you could consume enough of anything to harm your health. But, I mean, so what are you talking about? 500, 600, 700 grams of protein? Are you really going to consistently do that? So, no, it's not a concern unless you have a medical issue to where your doctor has said, hey, you know, we've got some issues with your renal function. I need you to cut the protein back. Good morning, Dean. How you doing? Get those likes up, guys. Let's get a few more people in here. Keep this flowing. Heel elevated on real squat rack. You don't need to. Just learn to squat correctly. Plus, the heel elevated thing will get squat shoes. So if you want the elevated heel for the extra knee slide, get squat shoes. Get weightlifting shoes. Do not stand on plates. It's not worth the risk of injury. You're just setting yourself up. And I know lots of people do it. You're just risking getting hurt. Chasing a very small hypothetical extra quad stretch that you could have just got from weightlifting shoes. Go buy a pair of shoes, right? I got some Adidas Powerlift 2s. You know, they're not that expensive. If you can afford a gym membership, you can afford some Adidas Powerlift shoes. What's bad about standing on a weight? Hey, Chris, you really want to put 500 pounds on your back and try to walk over and get over your heels on 2 plates? So you tell me what's bad about that. Does that seem like the smartest thing to do if you want to minimize injury risk? They make shoes for this. They've been making shoes for this for 70 years. Just saying, dude. Would you ever consider challenging if Vegan or Carnivore did a debate on YouTube? What debate? Okay. The only debate with a carnivore is how you win a debate with a carnivore. Their entire diet is based on conspiracy theory. All you have to do to logically win a debate with a carnivore is to say you can't prove the Illuminati or reptilian aliens are real. Therefore, the entire foundation and back philosophy of your diet is done. No Illuminati, no evidence to support the carnivore diet. Because look at their entire diet is based on extreme conspiracy theory. All of it. That all the research around the world is part of an agenda to depopulate and hurt society. Okay? Makes sense? Their entire philosophy is that the science is all a lie, all of it. That it's all been paid for by global elites to convince people to not eat huge amounts of saturated fat and to eat fruits and vegetables. Okay? If there is no Illuminati, then the carnivore diet falls automatically, scientifically and evidence-wise. Because for it to be true, all the evidence has to be wrong. And every country in the world, every university has to be in on it. So, debate over. If they can't prove the Illuminati are real, then they lose the debate. Because it's a conspiracy theory debate, not a logical scientific one. Why don't you do your hypertrophy work with box squats instead of back squats? Because box squats are about force production, not necessarily quad stimulus. Alex Jones isn't right. Damn, bro. My coworker lost a lot of weight on the carnivore diet. Okay, does it mean he did it through the best or healthiest way possible? Does it mean he's not going to suffer serious side effects from it? You know, you can lose weight without doing anything as stupid as a carnivore diet. How do you determine sets reps for speed work? I like approximately 50%. I'm not going to give you all the formulas for bands and chains around that. I think 50% is a good baseline. I think 10 triples, 10 doubles, all that can work, but depending upon the total volumes you're trying to do, I think honestly 9 triples can also work for speed bench if you're rotating grips. I think 6 doubles for box squats and speed pulls back to back also works. It still puts us at around 24 reps. Depends on how much volume you really want to do with it and what you're doing. Some science-based influencers claim machines are better test of strength because of the skill and conditioning demands. The only issue there is, and while I would argue that, but tests of strength are also about using your whole body. So that's why the squat and deadlift works so well for that. If they wanted to talk muscle groups, I think that they're not necessarily wrong. But are we testing muscle groups or are we testing everything? I mean, even a competition bench press uses some leg drive, requires massive tightness through the whole body, even though it's upper body dominant. So I guess it's going to come down to, are we testing your strength, or are you just testing the strength of an individual muscle or set of muscles? Breaking fast with date fruit. I'm breaking my fast with chicken, rice, and broccoli after this walk. We're keeping it real. That bro diet for life. But I'm already at closing in on an hour and a half of cardio fasted today. So yeah, I mean, so Marco, I mean, we could make that argument. But for me, I'm like, are we just testing the strength of 3 muscles? Or are we testing your overall strength? And I think that's the difference. Why eat chicken with steak is on the menu. Fat's lower. It's more cost effective, fat is lower. And I'm on very, very low fat right now with what I'm doing specifically. I'm only consuming enough fat to maintain basic health. That's it. I love steak, don't get me wrong, I love steak. But when I'm using this approach to cutting, like my fat's under less than 20 grams a day. How much steak am I working in to get there? What would you consider to be a really good squat, bench, and dead for a 200-pound guy? A younger guy, so not a master's lifter. Talking a young guy under the age of 40, what would be good? 500, 350, 600. It would be really good. Coconut oil and ghee and beef tallow are garbage. Heart disease. Lack of nutritional value on top of all of it. Why are you eating refined fats? Cart, don't tell me you care about your health if you're eating a bunch of refined fats. Modern day Winston Churchill, he took down all of his podcasts, I think. And I asked him a while back because he wanted me to come back on. He said he's not going to do any podcasts for a bit. He's got something going on. Straight to facts. All right, again, if you consume refined fats, do not lie to me and tell me you care about your health. Because I'm going to call you on that. So there's your coconut oil, ghee, and butter. Fats that have been separated from all their protein, separated from all their fiber. No. And they're all high saturated. Asteris, I'm focusing on both. I was going really hard on strength. Now I'm going to trim down, get lean, and try to maintain my strength, and then I'll build the strength back up. What do you cook meat in? What do you mean? I put up pictures of my cooked meat on social media all the time. You already know, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you already know how I cook my meat. What do you mean no stick? What are you talking about? Do you not know how to cook? I'm 222 right now, 222 pounds, so I need to trim down, get some abs. I don't use anything. I take a roasting pan with a tray, right, that holds the meat so then it drips down, and I put it in the oven. You put 6 pounds of chicken breast, spice it up, put all your seasonings on it, you cook it in the oven, and you just take it off the tray. It doesn't stick. What are you talking about? You guys got to learn how to cook. Same thing even if you grill it, man. You go grill some stuff, you just throw it on the grill, man. Throw it in the smoker. Like, what are you guys talking about? Is putting a used pan in the freezer instead of cleaning it? No. That's nasty, dude. Clean your pants. Clean your pants. You used to run your 5x5 for 2 years. Awesome, man. That program made a lot of people jacked early on. They got real big in their first year in the gym doing it. Did you get good results, Zach? So yeah, for those curious, that's why I'm doing all these cardio vlogs. I'm doing 2 hours of list cardio a day while keeping dietary fat super low, right? Just start trimming down while keeping all my muscle is the goal. And to try to gain any if I can. We always want to try to gain muscle, so always think about it. Cast iron skillet is fats. So if you properly season your cast iron skillet, the fat is not getting into your meat. So if you're having to add oils or fats to your cast iron skillet, you don't know how to cook with cast iron. You need to learn what you're doing. No offense, I'm telling you as a Texan and a connoisseur of cooking meat, that you need to learn how to properly season your skillet. If you season it correctly, you do not need to add fats. And you can wash it just fine. All right, well, you can consider Ozempic. I don't need Ozempic. Do you like HIIT cardio? No. Coach, you take vitamins? Right now, no. Yeah, I'm only 17, but 335 squat, 225 bench for 5x5s when I ended. Nice. Dude, that's some good work. Hey, Zach, proud of you, man. That's some solid ass work. Give yourself a pat on the back, give you a fist bump through the screen. Keep going, brother. Keep going. You got this. You're going to be a beast in another 3 or 4 years. You're putting in that type of work, doing that now. When you get to be 20, 21, 22, you're going to be a beast. So keep rolling with it. Hooking vape up to bongs made less carcinogenic. What? I don't know about any of that, dude. I don't smoke anything, so I don't care. Afternoon lives that they need to know. Yeah, there'll be another, because I'm not going to hit my 2 hours in this one. I'm at about 45 minutes, but I'm making the rounds back home. Like, I hit 51 minutes on the first walk. I timed everything. I checked it. We're pushing about 45 now. I got to make 2 hours, so I'm going to need to do another one. I'll probably go over the 2 hours. Are you currently drinking diet sodas on the cut? No. I drink electrolyte water. So I put 1 pack of flavoring per gallon, and I add potassium, a bunch of potassium citrate to my water. So usually per gallon jug of water, put 1 pack of flavoring, and then I do 2,000 milligrams of potassium citrate in it, and I sip on that. When I'm not drinking, I do coffee in the morning, and then I switch to that in the afternoon. Again, hydration's everything. So I'm doing a lot of carbs. doing a lot of salt, a lot of potassium. So there's soy sauce sitting in my Instapot right now in the rice. All right, peace out, Chris. Yeah, I'm gonna be out of here in a few minutes anyways. Thoughts on what Mike Israetel said. Mike Israetel has said lots of things. Could you be a little more Pacific? Not Atlantic, we need you to be Pacific. All right. Beef tallow is more carnivore. Yeah, beef tallow is horrible for you. Like, it's actually worse than seed oils, objectively. And I don't think you should be cooking with seed oils either. But objectively, seed oils are the lesser of two evils. But I still don't think you should cook with them. Let me be clear. I don't. Super Dude says, hello, Jason. What's up, Super Dude? Are you doing super today? Dude, I hope so. Hi, man. She said I was a fraud. A fraud in what way? What have I ever frauded people on? I run a coaching business. I have state records. Mike has never won anything. What is he talking about? I have actual state records in multiple weight classes. Mike has never won anything. What is he talking about? I run a successful coaching business. What am I frauding on? All of my business is 100% legit. When's the last time you had McDonald's though? How many decades? I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you, dude. I don't know. I couldn't even estimate a plus or minus 3 years. A long time. Like, I've been on YouTube since 2012. I know I've not eaten McDonald's, I don't think, in that. Maybe I have. I don't know. Pacific, did you used to watch Jason Genova? No, I didn't watch Jason Genova. I didn't know that was a thing for him. Specifically means Pacific. In any event, guys, we're definitely past 45 minutes. I'm almost home. I'm gonna get back to the casa. Gonna get our food on. Nick J called you out. Has actually promoted a lot of BS right now, and even Lyle McDonald Paul Carter him out on his BS. He is promoting a lot of BS. All right. Did you? I don't know. Did someone claim they've subscribed to my OnlyFans? No one subscribed this week that I know of. Hey, Jason, I hope you're doing well. Trying French fries and beef tallow healthier? No. They're both ridiculously unhealthy, and beef tallow is objectively worse. All right. Your favorite hot pot recipe? I don't know about what a hot pot is. You talking about my Instapot? Rice, chicken, rice, vegetables. All right, guys, I'm home. Time to wind this down. Time for me to get some breakfast. We've done well over an hour and a half of fasted cardio. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you next time.